Alright, you guys, I'm trying this again. Welcome to the Psychic News Network. I felt a little better that I went on and I turned on MSNBC and Joy Reid had somebody on, and at the same exact time their technology wasn't working. So I'm blaming it on the solar flares and the northern lights. What's going on? It is Monday. It is December 4th. And I have learned not to take technology personally. But it is frustrating as hell. Hello. So I want to go over the news, and I want to make sure that you're all knowing. I shut down that other vid that I attempted to start. Rebooted my Wi-Fi. Hopefully we're good to go. The news today, well, I want to say that so far it's getting like, I can't believe that we're in a place where Tuberville put a hold on the military promotions, and now our carriers in the Middle East are kind of at risk, and I'm just kind of connecting the two, not to say that we're not safe, but it's disconcerting when we know that Tommy Tuberville has held up these military promotions, and we have our military in the Middle East, and they're being targeted. No. Warren's saying, has Tuberville lifted his holds? If Tuberville had lifted his holds, you would know. You would know, and I would know, because it would have been on the news. And all of you and me, we follow the news. We follow what's going on. We watch the headlines. We want to know what's going on with Donald Trump, with the Biden administration, with the Ukraine, with the Middle East, with Elon Musk. We keep up with what's going on. So if the holds on the military promotions had been lifted because Tuberville somehow came to his senses, we would know. So when I hear about the carrier, the United States, the Navy out there being targeted and strikes being sent by terrorists, I shut down the other live. I shut down the other live video, the other live stream, and I deleted it. So tell your friends to come over here. I don't know. I don't take technology personally, but it does irritate the hell out of me. Anyway, so we're talking about Tuberville. And this is a time in America. Yeah, thank you for your patience. You like my Charlie Brown tree? That's to remind us that Christmas isn't about materialistic things. So we're in a time in America where, I'm just going to tell you, the guides are begging us. Thank you, Thomas. It's sparkly. It's the holiday season. The guides are telling us, the angels, the guides, the people on the other side who crossed over and are helping us in our country, they're telling us, and I'm going to just send the message along to all of you, that we have to get involved. We have to engage. We have to get involved. We have to engage in what's happening. And I don't even care if it sounds like I'm telling you what to do. Because I am. Thank you, Rhonda. I'm telling us all what to do. We have to get involved. You have to pass it on. When I'm watching MSNBC and it's like, whoa, there's some really serious stuff going on in the world. And then they go to a commercial break and they're talking about, I don't know, Arby's. It's like there's a disconnect. You know what I'm saying? There's a disconnect. Pass it on. That was one of the hymns I played yesterday. So, what we have to really understand is that there is an authoritarian takeover underway. I'm not saying that it's going to succeed, but what we have to tell our friends and neighbors and family members is that there's an authoritarian takeover underway right now, and we have to stop it. And there are a lot of people in America that have no clue that this is going on. So that's, somebody just texted me I'm going to do a show with. Anyway, we'll get to that. We have to pass it on. We have to fight like hell. And what I really want to say about everyone who has a YouTube channel, if you're watching this and you have a YouTube channel, we're not just here to entertain. We're here to use this platform to spread the very important message that our democracy is under attack. The coup never ended. They want violence. But love is way more powerful. All right? Are you with me? You like my new Santa phone cover? Little holiday levity. We have to keep our eye on the ball. We cannot go back to sleep. So let's take a look at some cards. All right. Isn't that cute? I decided to get phone covers for every season. Vote, vote, vote. Not only vote, vote for sure. Not only vote, but activate also about getting voter suppression to stop. Remember, Donald Trump said the problem is with the ballots. Yeah, thank you for saying, you're awake and you're paying attention. It actually makes me feel better. Terry's putting up their members of the higher levels get invited to a private psychic party every month, which would be this month. The private psychic party this month for members will be on the 30th, right? Yes. We're going to pull 3 cards about Tuberville. Because it's very scary. I mean, when you get up in the morning and that's what you hear, that our military, or the Navy carrier is being attacked. I mean, they shot the drones. It's disconcerting to know that Tommy Tuberville, stupid idiot football coach that's not even living in the state that he's representing, is putting a hold on the military. No, we're not going to be intimidated, and the way that we show that we're not intimidated is we get involved and we let ourselves be seen and heard. So if you have friends and neighbors that don't know what's going on, that are just clueless and they're out holiday shopping and they're like, oh, it's just going to work out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know he's getting money to do it. Why else would he do it? How do we do our energy work with Tuberville? Well, since you mentioned it, here's what I know for sure. What I know for sure is that when we collectively see America getting through this time, when we collectively, yeah, the poll watchers are a threat to our voting. Poll watchers. Voter fraud was never a thing until Trump made it a thing. So when we just decide that we're going to visualize America as getting through this successfully, as being a healthy democracy, like remember how it used to be. A lot of what's going on right now is because we're going through a huge energetic frequency change. The dark hates it. When we visualize a healthy democracy where everything's working, when we visualize that, that creates that reality. That creates that reality. Yes, I'm back. If there's a technology glitch, I just work it out and then I come on. So always just kind of wait. Sometimes it takes 15 minutes. Sometimes it takes a half an hour. I think we're reconnected now. How and why one person can have that much power? Well, as far as Tuberville goes, this is what we're doing right now. This is what we're doing in our democracy. We're finding out where the holes are. We're finding out that we have some kind of a situation in place where one person can hold up military promotions. Here's the difference between the old days and nowadays. The difference is, in the old days, people had ethics and morals. In the old days, Americans felt so grateful. In the old days, Americans felt so privileged and so appreciative, because back in the old days, I'm talking about like World War I, World War II times, they knew the difference between democracy, or for that matter, the Revolutionary War times. They knew the difference between living in freedom and not living in freedom, and cared enough about our fellow brethren, they called them that then, that they just did the right thing. That's the difference. So we're in a time where we're finding out where, two people that I did readings for today actually said to me what I have been saying. I was like, well, that's kind of cool that Donald Trump came along to show us where the holes are in our democracy. Because the holes, there were little holes before, but because of the corruption, because of Citizens United, because of all the lobbyists, because of the NRA, because of all the money in our politics, which should have never been there, it got corrupt. As people moved away from knowing, remembering, because it's a generation removed now for the most part, people got discombobulated and forgot that freedom isn't free. That freedom isn't something to be taken for granted. So then you get an idiot ASS like Tuberville in there. Stupid. Holding up the military. Well, we used to count on people feeling like they were, like privileged to not, in a way like it was an honorable position to be in. They moved away from that. Oh, let me just be a big fat jerk. So mad. We'll get through this. Tuberville. 8 of Wands, Moon, 5 of Wands. I'm using my little bitty cards. It's going to get challenging, people. I just want you to know. There's going to be something that's going to make people stop in their tracks and go, whoa, maybe we should do something about this. I don't think our military is going to stop being targeted in the Middle East. Is in the Black Sea, I think. So today, this morning, when we heard the news that the carrier is being targeted, that's not the only news we're going to hear about that. The Red Sea. Sorry, Black Sea, the Red Sea. Thank you. I need to get my globe out. Thank you. It's right over there. I'll grab it if I need to. The Red Sea. Thank you. You guys are so astute. It was honorable to serve. It was honorable. It was what that, they were proud. Proud to be a Marine. Be all that you can be. And then you have little bone spurs coming along going, oh, well, you're all a bunch of losers and suckers, and John McCain, oh, let's take the name off the carrier with John McCain's name on it. Let's hide it, because, you know, let everyone hide that from Trump, because it's going to offend him. Oh, John McCain, well, I like people that aren't captured. What the? Where's the moon today? I'm so angry at what I'm seeing, not at you guys. Venus goes into Scorpio. The carrier was named for John McCain's father. Okay. Full disclaimer. Sun is in Sag. Venus is in Scorpio. I just noticed. And my Venus is in Scorpio. So, cut me some slack for being all on fire tonight. George Santos is making cameos for special occasions. Oh my God. Did you see SNL? He's a real meathead. Are you talking about Trump? Or Santos? Did you see SNL? Oh my gosh. It is getting funnier. They're coming back. The feeling of pride, pride in America. And then, Trump takes everything that's sacred and he just distorts it. Did he ever make those ethic charges? Okay. So now we have Santos, who got expelled. We're happy about that. On Friday, I was reading on it, and there's more than 200 people. Yeah, let's do a group hug in a sec. Santos getting expelled on Friday, reading on it. Yes, he was getting expelled. Yes, I definitely... Charlie's Venus and Scorpio too. I just noticed it. Definitely he was expelled because they just couldn't do it anymore. And definitely he is going to squeal on people. We talked about this on Friday. When Pinocchio, we call him, goes out there and he's like, he wants revenge. He's like a mini Trump. He's an absolute mini Trump. You have Mars and Scorpio, Warren? You're a fighter. You're a lawyer. That's appropriate. So he's a mini Trump, and he wants so George Santos is going to go on his retribution revenge tour, just like Trump. Oh, so the John McCain was named after John McCain's father. Okay, well, they're all named John McCain, but still, but just getting back to Trump, just I don't know. I don't even know what the word is. What his view of the military. That he wanted John McCain's name covered, so he wouldn't see it on the carrier. Back to George Santos. He's going to be on a retribution. He's going to be on a retribution. Oh, do you really think, Lois? Do you really think that if George Santos was in Trump's position during COVID, if it was George Santos, he wouldn't have done the same thing? He's a mini Trump. Yeah, I thought it was named after the Senator John McCain, but it was John McCain's family. I like presidents who are not spoiled brats. I agree. I like that. I like people that weren't spoiled brats. Oh, group hug. Sorry. Hey, Robert. Thank you. Let's celebrate the 5th super on a live stream. Yay! Okay, another bell. Pinocchio is going to sell the rights to a story for a movie TV. Okay, let's do this. We have to do a group hug because Warren requested it. 1, 2, 3. Group hug. All right, even if you're watching on replay, you should be able to feel that because it's really powerful. Group energy. What's George Santos going to do? So anyway, my read on it is that he is going to spill the tea. He's going to spill the tea. This is PNN Psychic News Network. We are the home of the virtual group hug. And we're kind of a little clique. So if you're new, welcome. This is our own little clique. I can't seem to get past 3,500 views. So we are a little clique. And welcome to our little clique. George Santos, I'm going to pull 3 cards and I'm going to think about what his next move is. Actually, I see him behind bars, so. I actually see George Santos behind bars. Rhonda loves this community. Yay! Little bell. As do I. That's why I was so mad when my Wi-Fi didn't work. Thank you, Cheryl. You're so sweet. George Santos. Oh, wow. Interesting. The Devil, the 3 of Cups. He's actually going to do some damage. Angela's saying as if anyone's going to believe Santos. Well, that kind of goes without saying in a certain way. Because he's just, everything that comes out of his mouth is a lie, which is why he's like a mini Trump, because everything that comes out of Trump's mouth is a lie and always has been. Remember the crowd size? Anyway, Trump can't tell the truth. Do you remember, speaking of Pinocchio, you guys remember, I've mentioned this before, that maybe like 8-10 years ago, if a politician lied, there was, I forget what channel this is on, but thank you, Catherine. If a politician lied, they got a Pinocchio, right? They got 1 Pinocchio, they got 2 Pinocchios, they got 10 Pinocchios for every lie. They stopped doing that when Trump came along. Because there were too many. As far as Santos goes, I have the 3 of Cups, which means I think he's going to, I see George Santos behind bars. The King of Swords, I feel like there's justice is coming for him. And the Devil, he's not, when I think about George Santos, I feel people talking about him and about what they want to do with him. Remember potato and potato, yeah. If you spelled potato wrong, people made fun of you, and that was grounds for, well, you're not smart enough to be in Congress. Let's pull 3 cards about what, I mean, I got the Devil card on Santos, so, and I have always felt that Santos was kind of a spy. Let's ask the pendulum. I've always felt that he was kind of a spy. So, is George Santos, well, Lisa, answer that question. I want your psychic impression, because I already answered that before on Friday. So now it's your turn. And then I'll tell you again. Is George Santos, is he a plant? Is he a spy? Yes. Yes. Maybe not in your conventional, traditional spy kind of way. But let's remember something. Let's talk about Magam Mike for a sec. 10 years ago, if there was somebody in Congress who had no bank account, well, first of all, that would probably not be allowed, right? If there was somebody in Congress that didn't have a bank account. Red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. Where'd they come from? Why don't they have a bank account? We'll take a look at that too. George Santos. No one really knows where he came from. Cheryl says Santos and Elon probably friends. Let's take a look. Yeah, Lisa, you're right. As far as is George Santos safe, I see people behind the scenes talking about George Santos and how they're going to shut him up. And Pinocchio came from Brazil, and I've months and months ago I saw Brazil coming for him. I like to throw it out to you guys sometimes. What do you think? Trump lies add up to over 30,000. Oh my gosh, it's millions. It's like such a low number for Trump's lies. Every single time Trump opens his mouth, a lie comes out. Let's ask this. Is George Santos going to be behind bars? And is he going to be behind bars, first of all? Yes, he's going to be behind bars. I kind of feel like with the behind the scenes talking about Santos that I'm picking up on is actually about how to get him in prison. So I got a yes. Thank you, Terry, for putting the question up. Is George Santos going to go to prison in the United States? I get a no. Okay, is George Santos going to go to prison in Brazil? Well, where is it going to be? Maybe it's not prison. Is George Santos going to be under, I don't know, house arrest? That's weird. Okay. I'm going to pull 3 cards about whether the GOP is going to come after Santos in general. And we see the Hangman. Yeah, actually what I see is the GOP is going to come after George Santos. They're working on their plan now. I do see that. On how to come after Santos. Because they need to shut him up. Thank Madison Cawthorn. Because Madison Cawthorn had gross dirt on the fascist Republicans. Well, not that he wasn't one, because he was. Madison was. I see that George Santos is going to have to. The surrender card is coming up. He's going to have to surrender. I feel like he's going to start to fear for his life. I feel like George Santos is going to start to fear for his life, and he's going to have to defend himself. It feels like George Santos will have no defense and will be fearing for his life. They're plotting to scare the hell out of him. Sorry, Damon. I'm not going to apologize for technology, though. What happened, Damon? I apologize. I apologize that you had to be misled by the fact that my Wi-Fi went down. Glad it came back. You can watch the first 27 minutes on replay. So I do feel that they're going to scare him. Pinocchio's going to get scared. Santos is going to get scared. And he's going to have to shut up. How are they going to shut him up? They're going to scare him. Tina's saying technology going down happens all the time with her. Yeah, solar flares. There's a lot of solar flares, and I've heard that the northern lights, gosh, I wish it wasn't cloudy here. Maybe it's cleared up by now. You can see the northern lights. Damon. I swear you're going to make me make manicotti and figure out how to ship it. Okay. Since I was talking about Magam Mike, you saw the Northern Lights in Connecticut? Really? Oh, I'm so going out there then. Magam Mike, speaking of people working behind the scenes, we're going to pull 3 cards to see what Magam Mike is up to, because inquiring minds want to know, and since people don't seem to be finding out, we need to ask the psychic. We give thanks that darkness reminds us of light. Let's not forget that. Magam Mike. Oh, thank you, Damon. Hi, I call this my Freddie Mercury shirt. Okay, let's see. Magam Mike. What is he up to? Now, oh, by the way, let us not forget. Impeach Biden is a plan, right? We'll get to that. It's all connected. Let us not forget that Liz Cheney's going to be on with Rachel Maddow tonight. So that's at 9 o'clock. We all have to tune in. We're going to watch Midas Touch in a little while, but we're all going to tune in for Rachel Maddow and Liz Cheney. Magam Mike. So since I started late, we're going to miss part of Midas Touch. Watch it on split screen. Watch me and Midas Touch on split screen. I notice when I go to Midas Touch afterwards, they're saying exactly the same thing I said. Betty, Liz Cheney is hell-bent on saving our democracy. I don't understand why the, that. Why that? Magam Mike. I don't care of what ilk they are if they want to save our democracy. I don't care. As long as if they want to save their democracy, our democracy, if they want to save our democracy, I don't care if it's an alien from outer space. Oh, Damon, you're sweet. You're going to wait for me to end. Okay, Magam Mike. 9 of Swords. Magam Mike is not in a good position because I kind of, this is what I feel with Mike Johnson. I feel a tug of war in his brain. Democracy versus dictatorship. Thank you. Well, Betty, if you have a question, you can ask me. If you want me to ask the question, does Liz Cheney have something, irreverent going on? Ask me a question. That's what I'm here for. Magam Mike has a tug of war going on in his mind because he wants to move forward, and I actually did sense this when he went to Mar-a-Lago. You remember I read on this one. Magam Mike went to Mar-a-Lago. Just like it's a thing that they do. Trump got him to agree to doing something very illicit to overturn our democracy. I don't care if Liz Cheney wants to be president in the future. At least she's defending our democracy. It's called kissing the ring. Yeah, it's a kissing the ring thing. So Magam Mike went to Mar-a-Lago. I'm sorry, I know I'm very opinionated. I'm guilty as charged. Which is probably why my numbers haven't gone up. So, it's a thing that they do. They go and they're like, oh, King Trump. I don't know why they don't just call him King Trump. Thank you. Why don't they just call him King Trump? So, Trump told Magam Mike what he wanted him to do. And Magam Mike was like, okay, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Probably saluted him. But in his mind, he wasn't sure he could pull it off. Is Mike Johnson his real name? I can ask. I just have to laugh about that because Trump was like just about, Mike Johnson's name because Trump was all about, like Jack Smith. Is that really his name? Is that really his name? Was this person christened Mike Johnson? Was that his christened name? No, I don't feel like that was his name. I think he was freaked out too. guys are cracking me up. Damon, did I ever put you in timeout? I don't think I put you in timeout. King Trump! What they're scheming. Yeah, well, I see Magam Mike really in a tug of war in his brain, because Trump wants him to do things that he's not sure he can pull off. And not for anything, but Magam Mike doesn't exude this like macho, strong, I mean really like a strong person. He was slamming Buttigieg. Yeah, well, you know, get a life, Magam Mike. The Knight of Wands. Magam Mike is he's gonna come up against some resistance. I don't have to ask the pendulum what Liz Cheney's motivation is, because I psychically pick up on it. I don't pick up that Liz Cheney has an illicit intent. I don't pick up that she has a malicious intent. If I picked up on that, I would tell you. I've never had a sense that Liz Cheney, by outing these Putin Republicans, had malicious intent for our country. That's what I want you to know. And if Liz wants to reshape the GOP in her image, I don't even know what anyone means by that. And I'm afraid, and I understand, I'm afraid that we have become very, very collectively, very cynical. I was thinking about this today. She said she's going to stop Trump, and that's where we are. I was thinking about this today. I was thinking about that it's true for everybody. We all have been programmed to think that somebody's trying to scam us. In general, Lisa. I'm going to switch cards because these are so tiny. We'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute. She's fighting for a democracy, and that's good enough for us. We don't want to be nitpicking. You know, it reminds me of 2020, when people were like, oh, should we vote for Biden or should we vote for Trump? And I was pleading with everybody to just understand that we just needed, this is in 2020, we just needed somebody to hold the space for democracy. We needed, Congress hasn't appropriated money for Ukraine. Okay, so we'll look at that too. So I was pleading with everybody to understand that Joe Biden, we needed a figurehead. And Joe Biden far exceeded my expectations, honestly. We just needed somebody in there to hold the space for democracy. Kenny, what are you talking about? Being cynical? She voted 99% of the time with Trump. I'm completely aware of that. And she wants to save democracy. When you don't have very palatable options, and I'm just talking about in general, have you heard the saying, you have to go with the lesser of the two evils, right? We're still reading. It's unbelievable. It really is. I'm going to pull 3 cards about Liz Cheney since it came up. 3 cards about Liz Cheney. And it's just amazing that this is where we are with the amount of amazing work that the Biden administration has done for America. It's just amazing that we are here. It's really fascinating. I mean, the Biden administration has hit it out of the park since the day they got into the White House with nothing being transferred properly to them in the middle of a pandemic. I guess I'm not doing a very good job of convincing some of you. And yeah, we're not voting for her. Thank you, Charlie. I kind of have to speak to this. I kind of have to speak to this because I notice it in many different places. In fact, I think I was listening to Marianne on, let me just stop and just mention this. Marianne at Revealing Light, she's in Australia. She very generously does all these readings and she's got a lot of subscribers. She's done all these readings on America and she's in Australia. So this is what I heard Marianne at Revealing Light Tarot say today on her video, her most recent one. That people were complaining to her about that there's a crack in the curtain and the light was coming in. So I want to encourage us all to look for what is good. People were complaining to her in the chat, I don't like the way the light comes in your curtain. Honestly, when you're like giving away all this amazing psychic, reading for free, and people, you know what I'm saying? You can choose not to like her as a person. I don't know Liz Cheney personally. Anyway, the Five of Swords, she has really suffered for standing up for us living as free citizens, for standing up for that. She has really suffered. Yeah, Marianne at Revealing Light, her card shuffling is not that loud. I know, I've said before about certain, shufflers that sometimes the shuffling sounds like it's right next to the microphone and it is distracting. But hers isn't. Anyway, meanwhile, back to Liz Cheney. Liz Cheney has really suffered for defending the rights of the American people to live in freedom. Yes, that's what that is. But she's got the goods on January 6th. There's a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. Good one. Good one. Leonard Cohen, great songwriter. Amazing songwriter. She has got the scoop on January 6th. Of course, she was on the committee, and she's not hurting anyone. Thank you, Dale. Two of Cups. She is going to get the support that she needs. She has the goods on January 6th. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. She most certainly does. And I only went on a rant about that because I know it hurt. It hurts. It happens to me. So this is from the heart. It happens to me. There are some people, and I know none of you are here. This is free. This is free. If you were giving away something for free, like hours a week, and you were really, really, really enjoying it, and you're like, oh, yeah, this is really good. And then you saw people complaining about this or that. I love you guys. I'm just expressing my view. Commercial break. Hang on. People are reminding me it's time for my commercial break. Liz has chosen the truth. Yeah, thank you. You guys are with me. You understand. And I'm gonna get the book too. There's good stuff happening too. There really is. You know, just like be grateful that we're in a time right now that people have written books and that we're fighting for our democracy and that we didn't go into authoritarianism on January 7th, 2021, right? Where is my pointer? I'll use my finger to point. Oh, here it is. Okay. I look forward to listening to her book too. On December 17th, you want to create magic for the winter solstice, right? You do want to create magic. Sunday, December 17th, we're having a Zoom event from 4 to 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. If that's too long of a period of time for you, just come for some of it. I'm reading your comments. Don't people have anything better to do than complain? Oh, thank you, Dancing Warrior. So, come to the party. We will have a solstice tree, candles, snowman, maybe a Yule log. We're gonna write intentions for the new year. We're gonna deck the halls with boughs of holly. Fa la 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 la. I'm gonna give you a piano concert for like a half an hour. You can like mingle in the background and decorate while I play music for you. Live music at the Winter Solstice event. Go to psychicannetteDion.com to sign up for that. Book a tarot reading or a tea leaf reading or book spiritual life coaching or all three. psychicannetteDion.com. I've got plenty of room. Please join us to save our democracy. We're in a time right now where just talking is not enough. Do something nice for someone that's hurting. I like that, Lois. Make your life better. Watch Church of Spirituality Sundays at 1 p.m. Eastern. I want to take this opportunity to thank all of you who joined me. Thank you, Vincent. Who joined me yesterday. We had a 3rd year birthday celebration for Church of Spirituality. And it was really special. And so thank you for all of you who joined me. I had a cake and I lit candles, and Church of Spirituality makes your life better. And please share Church of Spirituality. It's always a really, really great message. And the theme for this month is something about your divine light, but I'm in my psychic brain, and sometimes it's hard to retrieve things when I'm in my psychic brain. Bringing forth your divine light. Okay, so with Zoom, all you do is you click on the link and that's it. So you can join us for the Winter Solstice celebration. I will continue to definitely, yes, there's a podcast this week too. I will definitely continue to remind you about the Winter Solstice event. Tomorrow we have our astrology show at 3 Eastern Time with Kathy Beal to go over the political astrology. Do something nice for someone that's hurting. Yes, let's get back to kindness. I know there's so much to read on, but let's do this. Let's read on Trump's gag order. All right. And I know people are dropping off, so I'm probably going to drop off soon too. Trump has admitted he has more classified documents. Yeah, okay, so we're going to pull 3 cards about the gag order. Exactly, Warren. Which gag order? About the gag orders. Does it really matter which one? Can you believe that this is where we are? 6 of Cups, 6 of Wands. It looks like the gag order will be fully in effect for the Washington case. Fully in effect. And the King of Cups, yeah, the one we're going to hear about first and the strongest one is Judge Chutkan. Yeah, it will be in effect. He will be under a gag order. Yeah, he ran to the appellate court to ask for another review of the gag order. I mean, basically he's saying he's above the law. Let's just start calling him King Trump. Please confirm Magam Mike as James Michael. What? Please confirm Magam Mike as James Michael Johnson. Just dropped the James. So, King Bombo, how about King Bozo? How about we can, there's Kathy. Yes, tomorrow we have a show. Spirit Talk Podcast, we have our astrology show. Right, Kathy? I have that right. Been tied up. Untied. 3 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to do the political astrology. Check it out. Tell your friends. Trump. Yeah, King Bozo. King Bozo. Thank you for reminding me about the tea leaves. I know people jump off to watch Midas Touch, which is great because they jump off at 8 o'clock. So, the evangelicals and Trump. Really fascinating to me to watch the demonic at work. You heard me right. It's really fascinating to me to watch the demonic at work. They're actually praying over Trump. They're praying Trump. They're considering him like a good Christian. And when he was asked, you probably saw this, I just don't even remember why or where it was, but they, these evangelicals were interviewing Trump, and they're like, tell us your favorite Bible verse. And he was like, oh no, I want to keep that to myself. And, it's kind of, well, give us New Testament, Old Testament. Well, I don't know. He just totally clueless. And Thomas, interesting, because I saw the cult, the evangelicals praying over him, and honest to God, I had the same thought. It was like they were praying for Satan to be stronger. I want to tell you something else. Marge is convinced. She agrees that we like the fact that Liz is trying to save our democracy. She really is. I want to point out, too, and I'm only going to say this once. I'm not going to say it again because it's disgusting. They're kind of obsessed with poop. They're kind of obsessed with bodily excretions. Are they not? What did Ron DeFascist do at the debate with Gavin Newsom? We have a map of all the you-know-what all over. Yeah. What did they do in the Capitol? That's a sign of the demonic. Did you see that orb just go by when I said that? To Satan. Trump has sold his soul to the devil. What's scarier is that the Bible says Satan will return dressed as someone wrapped in Christianity. I mean, honestly, they're treating him, they're acting as though they are following Christ. That stuff is real. Poop obsession means they're stuck in early childhood development phase. That's true too. They want to track periods. They are really obsessed with bodily excretions. It is a cult. And it's a satanic cult. Let's be real. I think, I know of a satanic cult. I know of one. I would never set foot in it. But honest to God, it's worse what the evangelicals are doing. It's worse. Orange Jesus, yeah. So we're going to pull 3 cards about that. You don't think what's real? It's real, Lisa. I'm sorry. I hate to break it to you. Did you see the orb when I was telling you? I noticed that one. We're pulling 3 cards about the evangelical. So this is honestly, We got to be thinking about ourselves as Archangel Michael. How far are they going to get? Yeah, they're sick and they're possessed with evil. I mean, how can you say that you're doing Christ's work when you're telling people to hate one another? The Magician means we can change it. This is the pain that the pain that's being inflicted, we're really gonna feel it. We're really gonna feel it, even if it's just on a collective level. But this is also their pain that they will be suffering for selling their souls to the devil. And I know it might sound crazy to you, but I'm completely serious. Tweet Scotchy has family and friends who are deep in the cult. And what does the cult do? They separate you. They separate you. They separate you from the people that love you. They make sure that you see them as the enemies. That's what they do. That's intentional. There's a verse in the New Testament. This is not a Bible channel. I'm just going to tell you. There's a verse in the New Testament where the great teacher Jesus says, beware of wolves in sheep's clothing. And Mike Huckabee just popped into my mind when I said that. Divide and conquer. So you cannot be saying that you're doing this work for Christ when there's this going on. These don't go together. Assault rifles and Jesus, they don't go together. They don't. They're polar opposites. That I even have to say that. I know I don't have to say it to you guys, but... Alright, anyway. There's a lot of pain coming. Both the pain of us seeing what they're inflicting, like what they're doing to women, what they're doing to our military. This is our collective pain, but this is their pain too. Because they are not happy people. These fascist Republicans are not happy people. They hate happy people. If you're happy, they come after you. If you're normal, they come after you. How about that law clerk in Engeron's court? Just doing her job. They come after the normal people. Yeah, they're they're perverts too. So anyway, the Magician is telling me that we will be turning this around. They can't access the emotion of happy. And how many people, this is becoming a topic with Ron DeFascist. He can't smile. If you're happy and you know, clap your hands. He can't smile. He can't even smile. And does Trump ever laugh or smile? They're miserable, miserable. You know what? Ruby and her daughter. The veil is thinning. The veil does thin in December. It's true. May Archangel Michael wrap us in protection and slay the evil. Metaphorically speaking. It's time for some tea leaves. So I'm going to apologize on behalf of technology that I had to come on late because I had to reboot everything. There'll be more on Wednesday. Let's see what the tea leaves have to say. Oh my gosh, they're all bunched up in one spot. I can't even tell what it is. Hang on. They're all bunched up in Mars. Oh, that's interesting. All the tea leaves are all bunched up in Mars. What do you think of that, Kathy? You still there? I know you're an astrologer, but I'm seeing a whole lot of energy in Mars. Wait, is Mars still in Scorpio? Mars is aggression. Mars is aggression. And it looks like there's going to be, gosh, there's going to be a lot of activity with these wars going on. You see a dragon? Is it true that we're going into the year of the dragon? Do you guys know? I do see a triangle at the bottom. Now the triangle that's indicative of balance. The triangle is the most stable. It also looks like a heart. It's the most stable structure. What the guides are saying is all this war. We give thanks that darkness reminds us of light. That's a quote by T.S. Eliot on my wall. All this war is going to make us love again. It's too bad that, war it's horrible. We don't want war. And one of the side effects is it's going to make us love again. You see protesters? Oh, yeah. Wow, you guys are good. See that? It also looks like a volcanic explosion. And then I see something that looks like a gopher there. A gopher and a rabbit. We're co-signing the damn war. Huh. Anyway, a dragon. It is the year of the octopus and Mars. Yeah, there's a lot of arms there. Mars is in Sagittarius, Saturn is in Pisces, and Jupiter in Taurus. Well, I definitely can feel that tonight. If Mars and the Sun are in Sagittarius, there's going to be a lot of truth coming out. Before we go, don't forget to watch Rachel Maddow tonight. I do want to look up dragon because, yes, it's Chinese astrological sign. The dragon means the following. I think I've read this before. Seems like we had a dragon before. Something may not be what it seems, as the dragon is the master of illusion. You think it looks like a lot of people holding hands? Well, there's a good outcome, because there's a heart right there on the bottom, right? There's a heart, and I kind of see a boot above it. And there's actually, look at that flower. There's a flower there, too. There's a flower next to the heart. You guys seeing that? There's something big coming that's going to shift everything. The dragon is a master of illusion. Beware of get-rich-quick schemes, flashy strangers, and seductive appearances when this creature appears. You can enjoy the show, but do not get taken in. Yeah, see that flower? This is what we want to focus on. Love and beauty. Love and beauty, love and beauty, love and beauty. And this is all the action that's coming. This is not a time to sit on the couch. Unless you're tired from all the work that you're doing. Alright? The year of the wood dragon. Thought dragon was a dragon. Yes, that definitely looks like a volcano. Too. There's a lot going on there. There's a lot of shaking up happening. All right, that's what I have for you tonight. Love and beauty. Yeah. I just want to tell everyone to keep your thoughts focused on love and light and love and light and love and light. I said that and Betty just posted love and light. All right. We're going to get through this time. We have to keep our thoughts on what we want and do our best to not complain about stupid shit. Okay? All right, tune in tomorrow for our show with Kathy Beal to go over the political astrology. 3 o'clock Eastern time will be live right here on YouTube. And what else? When you become a member, you get an affirmation in your inbox every day. I changed it from 5 days a week to every day. Great way to start your day. And we have a psychic party the last Saturday of the month. And join us on Sunday, December 17th for our winter solstice event. It's going to be awesome. All right. Love you all. Hey, Christine. Glad you're here. And we'll see you soon. Namaste.